Hey everybody, welcome to the Outer Rim Rookie, a beginner's journey to joining the 501st and Rebel Legion. My name is Rob Williams. Today's going to be a very quick update episode on the Willrow hood costume, and it is official. I have been approved, and I'm so excited about that. It's my fourth costume. Now, a couple things I wanted to give you an update on regarding the costume and the process of getting approved for the Rebel Legion. First off, the Camtono. One of the big questions I had regarding the approval of the costume was the Camtono. This one here is the Disneyland version of the Camtono, with the buttons and a smaller size. When you compare the two, I asked if this Camtono was approvable, and he said it was not. This is not like the one they use in the movie. This is more Mandalorian. This vacuum formed version I got from my friend Terry from Panda Props and Costumes, this was more acceptable because it looks more realistic to the actual ice cream maker that he was carrying around. So if you're wondering if the Disneyland Camtono is approvable, it is not, unfortunately. So if that's a big deal for you for being approved, then unfortunately you're going to have to find another way to get a different Camtono. But if you're out there just to have fun, run around and fight the Empire with the power of ice cream, then this one's totally fine. Now, the second thing I want to talk about was the approval process of the Rebel Legion. They have changed the process of approvals, I think starting January, I'm guessing. It's still a little hazy on that one. And I thought this was important to share for those people who are trying to submit their Rebel Legion costumes. They have added a step to the process. When you submit something, the pictures and information will go to your, I believe it's a GMO. They will look over the pictures, make sure that it's all right, make sure they can see the pictures. That was apparently an issue with mine. They couldn't see the pictures. But they'll make sure they can see the pictures, it looks good, it's in focus, and then they'll give it a thumbs up, it's all good, and then they'll send it to Rebel Legion, where some people within the Rebel Legion themselves will look over the costume and give it approval or not. So it adds an extra step. From what I understand of the process, the extra step is to eliminate the submissions that are just have a bad picture or just needs to be cut right off the beginning. And just have that helping hand guide you and saying, I think you need to take a better picture. I think you need to just update this right away. And then they'll go to the Rebel Legion, and then they can just focus on dealing with the costume rather than the mistakes of the picture or whatnot. I don't know how this will be when it comes to speeding up the process. I'm still more of a fan of the 501st way, where the approval process is done by the garrison rather than a group of people somewhere in the world. But that's just how I feel, and this is the way Rebel Legion does it, so this is what you gotta be aware of. Why I'm telling you this is that this process is still relatively new, and I think a few bases are still trying to understand the new method. So before you send it in, before you submit, contact somebody of your base and let them know you're submitting so they're aware, and so maybe they can keep an eye out for your pictures to come in, and then check it quick and then send it to the Rebel Legion. It might speed up the process. Just a heads up on that. But either way, I'm officially Willrow hood, fourth costume. Really proud of that. And now I just got to wait for 10 num to get approved, and then I'll have 5, and then off to some more. Next episode, Dan Velosa is going to join me. He's a member of the 501st Legion as well, Outer Rim Garrison. You've probably seen him on the show before. And him and me are going to talk about our next costume. What are some costumes we want to do next? Dan's got a lot of costumes under his belt. Now I've got 4, possibly 5 on the way, but I kind of want to do more. And this seems to be the trap of being a member of the 501st and Rebel Legion. You just can't do one. So we're going to talk about our 5 top costumes we want to build, and there's going to be a bit of a surprise. You got to stay tuned for that one. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned something today. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Remember, armor and ice cream is built on hope. Bye.